Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Putri Andari, and I'm one of the London School Public Relations postgraduate master students. I would like to bring you a presentation from Communication Research Assignment. Is about my thesis. My thesis title is about the influence of Saturday News Channel in improving government good image to the audience. Now, the background from this thesis is because sometimes the government can produce a certain policies that not please to many people or to certain societies. And sometimes people get angry, or whenever they get disappointed, it becomes chaotic, or it brings such as protests in the street, in the parliament, or in the palace, or in other place, because they don't really understand what's going on, what's the fundamental of government policies, what's the background of the situation and other stuff, because there's a lot of miscommunication, and sometimes there's not enough socialization, a proper one, whenever the government release a law or also policies. Because of that matter, the PT Telkom, a state-owned enterprises, part of the state-owned enterprises, they launched an English news channel named See Today. It focuses on news channel because the aim is to disseminate government policies domestically and abroad, as well as improving Indonesia as a brand. The program itself, where I work as producer, we always try to give a right perspective without trying to defense on the government. Sometimes we give advice to the government. Sometimes we visualize, and also we put data so people will understand more about the situation and why the government doing this or that in many situations that sometimes it's different from others. We try to put what it was in the felt, bahwa that sometimes people doesn't understand much about the situation, that sometimes they have misunderstanding about the government issues. So that brings the question is, how far is the influence of CIDRI itself in improving the image of the Indonesian government? Now, the research method that I used before is quantitative, because I would like to know from the See Today audience. I would like to share some questionnaire, whether do they have a better understanding now after seeing See Today program or news, and do they change their mind about the government? Maybe they have a certain image on their head before. So I would like to give them, at the first place, it's a questionnaire. But then my thesis counselor suggests me that I should use a focus group discussion, that the result may be more details, more exact, and more, it can give a right direction whether the See Today has the influence, and how far is the influence, or has effective enough to build a reputation for the Indonesian government. And of course, the expectation, the participants for the focus group discussion will be people from different backgrounds, and we will discuss it for 90 minutes. It will record it, and we will discuss about all the breakdowns from the programs of See Today, and also for building the government image. Now, the theory that I use is the cultivation theory, because it suggests the television can be such an important foundation of data and showbiz that viewers might understand more about the government issues. And also, I use the Napoli theory that I found is how far is the importance of media impact to the assessment to maintain high degree of methodological flexibility and diversity, and also the broad range of performance in See Today, and also the audience engagement. How far is it effective to engage for the audience? And Now, the novelty from the research, of course, I would like to bring to the broadcasting industry that maybe my research can contribute a certain data or a certain result, whether when a television or a media needs to build something, to build reputation of a party or maybe a government or maybe a brand. So I hope the research will have a good result. If it's not, then I learned something new. Looking forward for your comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the class.